everybody. Welcome to another Shelby on Safari live stream where I, Shelby, a wild animal biologist and Pokemon trainer, attempt to combine the worlds into one. Tonight, love is in the air, quite literally, as Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and that got me thinking of Pokemon moves. Now, I know on the channel I often compare a real-life animal to a Pokemon and vice versa, but tonight we're looking at Pokemon moves to see maybe, are there real-life Pokemon in our world using moves similar to Attract, Baby Doll Eyes, and Draining Kiss? So welcome one and all. Whether you're joining on the replay like my friend Jody does or joining me live, be sure to let me know in the comments that you are here because it's a very interactive live stream. I love hearing from you guys. There's a few questions I have for you this evening. So looks like my friend Al is here. Hello, Al. Happy February. Very exciting month February is. We got a few exciting events coming up and lots of adventures planned for the channel. Today I got to go to Marwell Zoo, which was really exciting. And I have a few other plans up my sleeve, which, I hope to be bringing you along with me on some of the adventures. But tonight is all about Pokemon. And I'm so excited, too, because my friend Grace from Cruelty Free Gracefully actually helped me with this idea because I didn't really know where I wanted to go kind of with it in terms of, like, do I want to compare it to an animal like Smoochum and whatnot? But she thought of the Pokemon move. So shout out to you, Grace, because I'm really looking forward to going into the Pokemon moves and their real-life animal counterparts. So it is going to flow a little bit differently than some of the other lives. So we're going to take it move at a time. So first up, we're going to be looking at Attract. And I'll give you a bit of what Attract is in the Pokemon verse in case you're not too familiar with it. And then the Pokemon / animal kind of counterpart who uses it. Now, I am getting distracted because I hear some scratching at the door behind me. And in true live stream fun, Maui, are you going to come in or not? Such a diva. Maui is here on my mug, though, as well, in case you haven't seen. There is Maui merchandise. There is Peter merchandise, but I feel obligated because I see Maui staring at me from the corner of the room to plug Maui's merchandise and not Peter's. So there we have it, folks. Maui, I wish he would actually come properly in instead of just lurking in the in the hallway out of sight. But here I threw out my socials of where you can find me so you would know kind of what's going on if I do a random live somewhere, which I'm planning on doing at one of these amazing places I'm going to be going to in the near future. Be sure to follow me on Instagram so you know when that's going to happen. But alas, let's get started looking at Attract in real life. I'm so excited because this move, we see it quite frequently in the anime use. And here, Molga is using it with a lot of hearts in the background. Oh, Lucky LD. Oh, you're going to go play snooker. That explains it. You play. Oh, well, one of these days, you're going to have to explain to me the difference between snooker and pool, I'm afraid, Lucky LD. I am quite curious about it. It does look very intense. I believe with snooker, more intense kind of outfits are worn. Am I making this up? I feel like a friend explained it to me ages ago, but then it's kind of gone out of my head. So you're going to have to explain to me at some point again, Lucky LD, about snooker. But don't worry. Oh, bless. It's all good. Don't worry. Yeah, I'll hear you from the live stream, my friend. Enjoy your snooker with your amigos. Have a good evening. Hope you hit all the balls in the holes. I mean, is it kind of like pool where you don't want to get the 8th ball, the black ball in until the very end? Is it kind of like that? I hope it's like that. Either way, if that's what you need to do, go ahead and do it. I wish you luck, Lucky LD. All right, so we're going to be looking at Attract first. And like I said, in the anime, it's often shown with a lot of hearts. Emolga uses it, and I wanted to put this picture in because Emolga, I feel, reminds me of my cat, Kiana. Now, if you're not terribly familiar with my cats from following me on Instagram, Kiana does make an appearance on the channel in the Jigglypuff episode, in which I compared Jigglypuff to an animal, which, to find out which animal, you have to click and check out that video. But yeah, Kiana and Emolga just are very similar. Like, I feel like if all of my cats, Kiana would be the one to use Attract, because she would do it, and not to do it to like lure somebody to like attract them, but attract them to then pounce or smack them upside the head like she does to Maui. But yeah, so Attract is a very similar move, like what I imagine Kiana would use. It's actually a non-damaging type, normal type move. The other two moves that we're going to look at are more fairy type in nature. So Attract's a normal type move, so a lot more Pokemon can actually use it. Now, with Attract, if the target is of the opposite gender of the Pokemon who's using it, it will work. It will make the target infatuated with the Pokemon and probably distracted and not able to attack back to the one Pokemon who used Attract. However, if the move is used on a Pokemon that is of the same gender as the Pokemon attacking, or is a Pokemon where like the gender is unknown, it will fail. So Attract you have to be clever about when you use Attract and pay attention to the gender of the Pokemon kind of used in the battles, which I find rather interesting. So yeah, there's Snivy. Snivy also in the anime uses Attract a lot. Again, another character in the anime who I feel reminds me of Kiana. Kiana is mischievous indeed. So I want to know from you guys, which of these Pokemon can't learn Attract by leveling up? You gotta tell me what in the chat. Oh, yes, Lucky LD. Oh, very good. Yes, I will enjoy my evening. Thanks. You too. I'll see you later. Hello, Grace. You've joined us. Fabulous. We've lost Lucky LD, but we've gained Grace gracefully. Grace, we were just talking about Attract and how it would work versus how it doesn't work, depending on who's using it in the gender or maybe the non-gender of the Pokemon involved. But I want to hear from you guys, which of these Pokemon can't learn Attract by leveling up? Is it A, Vullaby, that interesting-looking vulture, diaper, egg-wearing Pokemon? B, Woobat, the little bat that's blue and has a big nose, which is kind of cute. Or C, Frostmouth, one that was introduced in Sword and Shield, which is quite pretty. I have one by the name of Elsa. And D, all of them can. What do you guys think? What do you think? Which of these three can't learn it? Or do you think I'm being a cheeky rascal and all of these three can actually learn by leveling up the move Attract? Let me know in the comments down below. Yeah, I don't know. I was a bit cheeky with this one because Attract is a weird one because it is a normal type move. And so quite a few Pokemon can learn it. Yee, Togepi. I was waiting for when you were going to throw Togepi into the mix, Grace. If you're not sure, Grace's favorite Pokemon is Togepi. But it's actually D. All of them can learn Attract, which, yeah, I just wasn't expecting Vullaby to. Woobat, I get it because it's a bat. It has like the hearts. Its evolution, is quite romantic in nature. Frostmouth, quite pretty. I was surprised. Yes, diaper, Alice, diaper. Oh gosh, what is the British equivalent? Nappy? Oh, come on, like nappy sounds any better than diaper? Nappy, that sounds like, I'm gonna go take a nappy. Actually, I'm pretty sure I say that. I'm gonna go no, I don't say take a nappy. Maybe if I'm talking to like Peter or something, I'll be like, oh, you're taking a little nappy. Because anytime I talk to Peter, we rhyme with Peter. So Peter, technically, unless he's in trouble or I'm being quite posh, he's Peter or Peety Weety. Nappy Wappy, yeah, that doesn't quite go. Yeah, no, it's diaper. It's diaper. But yeah, we talk the hard stuff here on Shelby on Safari. The hard-hitting facts like diaper or nappy. So the real-life animal that I think can use a move similar to Attract. Now, this one's going to be a bit odd. It's a bit out there. But as you know, I love to highlight species that you may not know about. You may not have even heard of some of them. And so that's what we're doing here tonight, friends. We're going into the deep, dark world of oddities, which is fantastic. So with Attract, it made me think of some of the bizarre kind of rituals isn't quite the word I'm looking for, but the interesting ways that animals do things to attract potential mates. So obviously, like, birds come to mind, right? And I bet you're surprised I didn't use a bird. Surprise! But they have, those beautiful feathers. Peter, I know I was just talking about you. You can come on up here if you want. He cried from downstairs. I heard his meow. Peter, come on. I'm in the middle talking about the pufferfish. Come on. Come on. He keeps shouting at me. You can push the door open. You're a big boy. I believe in you. No? Okay. Cats. So the pufferfish is unique compared to birds who have all these beautiful feathers and do these elaborate songs and dances. The pufferfish uses attract in a different way by attracting with almost the place. He sets the scene. He's very good at setting a romantic scene for potential mates to come. And the way that he attracts potential females is by building these beautiful, elaborate, almost like corn circles, crop circles, but of the sea floor, which is fantastic. Now, the males, however, and putting it into perspective, and I will give conversion units. I know my friend Dom teases me about using freedom units, so I have converted. So the male white spotted pufferfish, they're only about 5 inches long, which is roughly 12 centimeters. Now, these bad boy circles here on the screen that you can see are 7 feet in diameter, which is about 2 meters. So rather impressive in size compared to their teeny little body size. They create these beautiful circles to attract females and say, hey, ladies, look what I can do. And if the female is chuffed with it, if she's like, yeah, all right, that's a pretty solid circle there you made me, buddy, she'll actually go in the middle and lay her eggs. Now, when she does that, the male will then come and fertilize them, and then he'll kind of hang around them for a while, for a few days, and then kind of leave. So there's still a lot to be discovered about the white-spotted pufferfish. They were only relatively recently discovered to be the ones who created these undersea crop circles, if you will. And it does take a lot of work. I mean, as you can imagine, given their size of like 5 inches in length to 7 feet in diameter crop circle, or seafloor circle, if we're going to call it that, that takes a long time. And they flop their poor little fins trying to build these things for the ladies. And yeah, that just got me thinking of the move attract, because, they're trying to attract a pufferfish of the opposite sex, of a female, to come. And yeah, it's a non-damaging move, so they're not hurting, the ladies. They're just showing off their skills. So yeah, that got me thinking of attract. Now, my question for you guys, and I feel like this is going to be a hot take. I have some friends in the chat. I want to hear from you guys. If you were a white-spotted pufferfish, what would attract you to a circle such as this? Because scientists are, still studying it. They don't quite know what the female finds either attractive or not attractive with the circle. So I want to hear from you guys. What would you be like, ooh, that's a good sand circle. That's a good one. Let me know in the comments. I'd be keen to hear, because there's so much variety within sand circles. I mean, look at this one. Look at the detail in that one. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful, symmetrical. I mean, I like the little bit in the middle as well. I don't know. I feel like there's obviously a circular theme to this one, which, is quite aesthetically pleasing, I suppose. I think I would like the elevations like this one, where you see the little ridges. I think that would be pretty nice for me to see in a circle. Go on, chat. Let me know. What? This is a very odd question. I know, but it's Valentine's Day. In the spirit of attracting and, romance and stuff. What would it take for a good sand circle to entice you? Actually, I gotta say, one of my favorite things, absolute favorite things to do at the beach, if I'm not in the water, which 98% of the time when I'm at the beach, I'm in the water. But if I have to be on land, like hanging out with like little kids who may not be comfortable yet in the water, like my little cousins or something, I'll hang out on the beach and I'll show them how to build a proper drip castle. Now, sand castles, cool, whatever. You know, when you put it in the little plastic containers and you build it and it looks all cool and whatever. Yeah. No. I do drip castles, and I take my drip castles very seriously. So grab a cup of wet sand, and it all depends on how you hold your fingers for how it drips and how it forms. And it's just a fine art that I hope is not being lost, to modern technology like plastic tubs that you fill up with sand and then empty out. Yeah, I'm not into that. I love I love my drip castles. I really do. And so actually, if we're assuming a little puffer fish could make a nice sand circle for me with drip sand, that it doesn't have to be even. Like, I'm not into symmetrical drip castles. Like, I like something that's a bit creative and out there. Yeah. Tangent. I have sand and the ocean on my mind, and I'm so excited. But friends, now we go to Draining Kiss before I get even more distracted and go down the rail of bizarre things that are in Shelly's head. It's Draining Kiss in real life. Now, this move is a bit interesting. It is a damage dealing move. So Attract, the first move that we saw, is not a damage dealing move, and it's a normal type, whereas this one's quite different. It is dealing damage, and it is a fairy type move. Now, specifically, this move deals damage, but then also restores the user of that move's HP by 75% of the damage dealt. So it's quite nice, because it seems like they're literally sucking the life out of their opponent, really. Now, interesting enough, this is for my friend Grace, because I know she's into her little trivia, and she probably already knows this. But if the user is holding a big root, the item big root, then the HP that is restored to the user when they do the move Draining Kiss is actually increased. So it does get even higher. You get more HP back from the damage that you've dealt. So it's worth it if that's part of your battling strategy to get your little Pokemon friend to, hold a big root if you're playing the game. So I highly encourage you to check that one out if you're into that kind of strategy. Now, with regards to Draining Kiss, here is a cute little GIF video from the anime of Sylveon kissing Froakie. And you can see, literally draining the life from our little friend, little Froakie. Now, which of these Pokemon can use the move Draining Kiss? So this is a tough one again. Which of these can use the move Draining Kiss? So it's a fairy type. Remember, it's a fairy type move. Can it be A, Alolan Vulpix, KO, which is just right there, or B, Baneri, C, Cutiefly, D, Togepi, see what I did there, Grace, or E, all of them? So Draining Kiss, the fairy type move in which the user will literally suck the life out of its opponent and get some HP back. Yes, Peter, I hear you. You can still come in, you little crybaby. He's being a crybaby tonight. Yes, neat lines. Alice, going back to our sand thing, Alice would like neat lines. Yes, neat straight lines. So let me know, what do you think? A, Alolan Vulpix, B, Baneri, C, Cutiefly, or D, Togepi, or E, all of them? I was quite surprised with this one, actually, because I don't often use the move Draining Kiss, not gonna lie. It's not my typical one to go for. But I was surprised to find out that all of them actually use it, especially Alolan Vulpix, because, that's not my typical move set that I have for my Alolan Vulpix. And I didn't imagine Cutiefly using it, but I guess it kind of makes sense because the fairy typing. But Togepi, I did expect it, and Baneri, I was surprised. All of them can use the move Draining Kiss. Now, per my promise in the beginning of how we're going a little bit out there and introducing you to animals that you may not have heard of, or out there different animals. In true Shelby on Safari fashion, the animal that I want to introduce you to now for the real life equivalent of the Pokemon move, Draining Kiss, it had to be, apologies guys, the common vampire bat. Now, given the fact that Draining Kiss does not only do damage to the opponent, but then heals to some extent, or raises the HP of the Pokemon who was using it, I had to put in the common vampire bat because, well, yeah, of what they do. So there are actually 3 different species of vampire bat, and the common vampire bat is the only known mammal whose diet is solely based on blood. So they're super unique. And I guess the thing is they were also on my mind because I'm recently listening with my husband to the audiobook of Dracula, which has proven, I'm all for classic literature, but it's quite confusing as an audiobook because it's a bunch of different letters. And so you're trying to listen, okay, who wrote that letter? Okay, where are we at? Who's writing this one? It was kind of all over the place. So I feel like I actually need to read the book instead of listening to it. I think that I might grasp it better. So yeah, maybe that's why common vampire bats have came into my brain because of listening to Dracula. And yeah, the poor things, they do get quite a bad reputation. You're like, ooh, scary vampire bat. But they target livestock, they target birds, they target reptiles. Very rarely do they target humans, so we're fine. But they are still really cool. They have a couple of fantastic things that they do that I feel make them like a real life Pokemon for sure. So the common vampire bat needs to feed at least every 2 days. So they're quite active in terms of hunting and trying to find some blood. Now, the way that they do it is quite unique. Scientists believe that they listen for the prey. They listen to hear them breathing, and then they'll be like, okay, I'm going to go that way. I'm going to fly over there. And then they'll use their heat-adapted nerves that are on the upper lip and also on their nose. So you can see, actually, I'll make the picture a bit bigger so you can see it better, just how cool their faces are. Maybe I'll go to the next one. Should I go to the next one? Yeah, I'll go to the next one because then you can see it better. So they have heat-adapted nerves that are on their upper lip and in their nose to detect blood specifically. And these nerves can sense blood underneath the flesh, obviously, of whatever they're hunting. And then, as you can tell by this picture, they have some nice sharp teeth that they'll use to make tiny incisions with their sharp little teeth. And then they'll lick the blood. So that's how they do it. So it's a combination of many different things. So yeah, listening for the prey to be breathing, then using their cool heat-adapted nerves that are in their upper lip and nose to detect blood of where is the best spot to bite their prey. Then they'll bite their prey and then they'll lick their blood. Actually, in the description down below after this, I'll pop a link to a really interesting study with regards to those heat nerves. It's a fascinating read because it does something totally different in other animals. And then in the bat species, it's evolved to do what it does here to help them hunt. It's fascinating read. So I'll put it in the description below if you're interested. Now, the coolest thing in terms of love and romance, I know you're thinking, oh my God, Shelby, this drinking the blood of others. Ew, that's gross. Now, common vampire bats do something quite unique in terms of caring for others. And in the season of Valentines and love and romance and all of that kind of stuff, caring for one another, it has been noted that common vampire bats can regurgitate blood to share with bats who are hungry or resting because they're injured. I mean, what better sense of community is that, man? You know, like, oh, I noticed you're hungry. Here, let me help you out. And like, I mean, there's better things to do than regurgitate blood. But I guess if you're a common vampire bat, it works. So yeah, I just thought it's a nice sense of community. And speaking of community, in fact, if you are able to, and it is safe for you to do so, I highly encourage you consider giving blood. It is a gift that keeps on giving, quite literally. I know some people might not be able to do that for whatever reason, and that's fine. But if you are able to, please check it out, because I know at least here in the UK, they are experiencing some shortages, and I'll be going on Friday night. I think it's my 22nd time giving blood, which is quite exciting. So so please, if you can give blood safely and you are able to do so, I highly encourage you check it out. It doesn't take long. They make it as efficient as possible, maybe an hour of your time at most, depending kind of on the evening and whatnot. But the best and most rewarding thing is getting a text message and, a few days after I've given blood, and it tells me where specifically they've sent it to. And it's like, cool, all right, they're actually using it and it's going to help somebody. So I highly recommend, if you can do so safely, please consider giving blood. Now, we are moving on, friends, quick and fast tonight. It's a quick one. I can hear my laundry machine shaking, so if you can hear it in the background, I apologize. It can be quite loud in the final stage of cleaning. But it's time for, oh wait, I forgot. I had a really cool picture to show you guys of a vampire bat. Where's my mouse? Of a pregnant vampire bat. Because, yeah, speaking of love, I mean, look at that belly, dude. Whoa! That is like, yeah, that's nuts. That is a big belly of a pregnant female common vampire bat. Like, how nuts is that? Oh, I love nature. Nature is so cool sometimes. But the nerves that they have to be able to detect blood, that is just so cool and so unique. And so they definitely make me think of a real life Pokemon, especially with their move Draining Kiss, because it is kind of a kiss, because they're using their mouth, to bite and, lick blood. And, like Draining Kiss, where the user gets some of their HP back. Obviously, that's how they eat. That's how they survive, is by, drinking blood. So, yeah, it fits. So, for the last move, we are going to talk about Baby Doll Eyes. So, again, a fairy type move. However, this fairy type move is non-damaging. Now, Baby Doll Eyes has been on my mind a lot lately, because I've been struggling in Pokemon Legends with my Eevees to get Umbreon and Espeon. So I have a lot of Eevees on my team. And one of their common moves is Baby Doll Eyes. So here I popped a picture of an Eevee using it, which frankly is a little terrifying. I'm not going to lie. Those eyes remind me not of Eevee, but of like Esper or something like that. But I don't think Esper can actually use the move Baby Doll Eyes, which is a bit weird. But yeah, those eyes certainly don't remind me of Eevee using them. But anyways, Baby Doll Eyes is non-damaging. It just lowers the attack of the opponent. Now, interesting about Baby Doll Eyes, it always goes first. I know then it gets complicated if there's a move that has like a higher priority, like quick attack and whatnot. But typically, Baby Doll Eyes, if it is selected, would go first. Now, when it comes to Baby Doll Eyes, here, let me show you another picture from the anime. Again, another evolution, our friend Flareon using Baby Doll Eyes. And again, the very circular nature, not quite the eyes of Eevee. But yeah, it's meant to be kind of that pouty face, like, oh, aren't I so cute? And then the Pokemon who it's being used on, lowers their attack because they're like, oh yes, you are so cute. Now, my question to you guys actually is about which of these Pokemon can't learn Baby Doll Eyes. Is it Love Disc, which is that cute little heart-shaped fish, which hopefully we'll be seeing more of in Pokemon Go with the Valentine's Day event coming up tomorrow. Tomorrow's the Valentine's Day event. Wow, that's quick. Or Zigzagoon, which is just below Love Disc. Mimikyu is the creepy Pokemon that's like Pikachu, or Fennekin. Which of these guys cannot learn Baby Doll Eyes? So we have a variety, a mix of normal, fire, water, ghost types. Which of these ones do you think cannot use Baby Doll Eyes? While you guys wait, I'm going to have a long-awaited sip from my Malion Safari mug, because why not? Water. Tastes good every time. Remy does those. Baby doll eyes. I'm sure he does. I'm sure he uses them to the best advantage that he possibly can to get as many little treats as possible, like chicken and things. Man, I don't know what it is about chicken, but the other night on Sunday, I made a roast dinner. I'm determined to follow through with this amazing British tradition of having a roast dinner every Sunday because it's the best. I don't know why in America we don't do it, quite frankly. But I made a chicken, and yeah, the cats go crazy. Like, you would think, I don't know. I always thought, maybe it's because my cat back home, my cat Nani, she loves like tuna and fish. Like, she goes for more of that than, like, say, chicken and stuff. But my cats here really love chicken, so they go crazy. Like, I probably shouldn't say this, but Tammy hopped into the fridge, and it just happened so fast because, like, the chicken was in the fridge because, like, we had finished eating and I put it in there. And I was getting something out, and he came out of nowhere, right? And he just whooshed right into the fridge. And I was like, oh, what? What's going on? And, like, there was a brief moment where I didn't know what to do because I was like, oh my God, my cat is in the fridge. Yeah. But speaking of using baby doll eyes, Tammy, or Tamatoa, as I called him in that moment because he was in trouble, he had just turned to look at me, and he literally, I'm pretty sure he did use the move baby doll eyes on me because I was just like, oh, Tammy can do no wrong. Isn't that right, Alice? Oh, God. Alice says D, and D is right. Well done, Al. Fennekin is, in fact, the Pokemon that can't learn baby ball eyes. You can tell I was wide awake when I wrote this. Baby doll eyes. We can all make spelling mistakes, right? That's what spell check is for, Shelby. But yes, Fennekin, which I thought was fascinating. I was surprised Mimikyu, who technically, from the drawing, doesn't really have any eyes. You know, I know that is a cover that they had put on it to look like Pikachu. But still, I was surprised Mimikyu can learn baby doll eyes. But yet Fennekin, with its cute big round eyes, can't learn baby doll eyes. Surprise. So, we've met a pufferfish. We talked about a common vampire bat. I hear you asking, friends, what on earth is Shelby going to introduce us next as the real life animal that's like a Pokemon that can use the move baby doll eyes? Well, I'm glad you asked. We're going down under to our friends in Australia to meet the Australian peacock spider, or they're also known as the coastal peacock spider. Now, I don't know about you, but as far as spiders go, these guys are absolutely beautiful. I know spiders aren't everybody's cup of tea, and like vultures and like vampire bats, they often get a bad reputation. But, I mean, just looking on the colors alone and the beauty of them, I mean, aren't they crazy? Like, how cool are these guys? These are a type of jumping spider. And actually, I'll pop in the description down below one of my little favorite videos, actually, talking about spiders and why, are they blind? Why they have so many eyes and things like that down below, because it's worth watching if you haven't, because I talk a bit about some of the misconceptions. But obviously, you can see this spider certainly has some eyes. And the eyes in particular that I want to draw attention to with regards to the move baby doll eyes aren't the ones on their face like you can see here. And I'll make it bigger for you guys. You don't need to see my face. Nope, there's my face. You need to see this cute little friend. Aren't their eyes, where their eyes are traditionally at? No, it's the eyes on their abdomen, the ones that we call fake eyes. So these beautiful Australian peacock spiders have these fake eyes that, as you can see, are quite bright, quite colorful. They're actually probably called the peacock spider because of this, because of the beautiful colors and spots that are very reminiscent of the peacock bird. Now, males, they do something crazy to attract the ladies. in terms of, using the move baby doll eyes in particular with this one is because of their eye spots. They dance, really. They actually kind of dance using the flaps and using their beautiful legs that you see that they're holding out, that are adorned with all the colorful hairs. They'll, in a way, dance to entrance the female. And they'll show, here's a fancy word for you guys, and I'll pop it in the chat as well. Opisthomal plate. So that's a fancy word for their abdomen. So they'll show her this abdomen, that has the fake eyes on it. And they'll then use their front and back halves of their body to create vibrations. So they'll create their own dancing beat, really, that will then run through the ground to kind of not trap the female, but go, whoa, he's got some dance moves, because they'll feel the vibrations as well. And they do this for quite extraordinary lengths. So, when you think of dancing, the typical song is maybe 2.5 minutes on average, right? 2.5, 3 minutes long. Depends if it's the radio cut version or not. But yeah, so that's a bit of a long time. But these guys put the average dancing song length to shame. They've been shown to put on this elaborate kind of dancing performance and flapping their legs and their abdomen for almost 50 minutes. 50. That is nuts to be running around trying to court a lady spider. It is just amazing what these guys can do. And so I definitely thought of the move baby doll eyes and these beautiful spiders because, yeah, it is entrancing. And you do look at it and go, whoa, that is pretty cool. And I know they're fake eyes, so they're not real eyes, but we're getting technical now, guys. In case you're maybe not so keen on spiders, or maybe you are, and you're wondering where on earth are these beautiful things, I did mention they were native to Australia, but in particular, they are in southwestern Western Australia. And like other jumping spiders, actually, they have really good vision as well. So the beautiful coastal peacock spider definitely reminds me of a real life Pokemon with the colors, the way they dance to attract the female, and yeah, the length that they go to. I just cannot believe that. 50 minutes of courtship, of trying to dance and make vibrations and throw your arms about and have a good time, man. For 50 minutes, that puts most people to shame, I imagine. Especially at Valentine's Day, because usually the courtship is like, here's some chocolate, here's some flowers. Okay, done. Valentine's Day, over. Whereas this poor little guy's just trying his hardest to dance for 50 minutes. Good on ya. Good on ya, coastal Australian spider. Yes, Alice, I see you're mocking me for making a chicken. Indeed, baking a chicken, roasting a chicken, whatever one does with making roast dinners. Either way, it was a good one. It was a good roast meal. I didn't do roast potatoes, though, and I feel ashamed. But I did do a really nice cheesy leek dish, which was nice. So I made up for it. But here's another beautiful picture of the coastal Australian spider. In case you didn't get enough of them, take a look at those eyes. Again, I really encourage you to check out that video on spiders. And are spiders blind? And just jumping spiders in particular are beautiful. They're fascinating, and they're really good at jumping. Something to admire. But yes, definitely check that video out if you haven't already. But with that, my amigos, we are done for the evening already. I can't believe it. It is fascinating to be able to dive into the world of Pokemon and animals with you guys. I really enjoy creating these videos and doing these live streams because I find that the Pokemon creators have really done their research in terms of pulling from the animal world, but also at the same time, I think sometimes the real world can be even crazier than ones that we can dream up and that are, fictitious, with some of the incredible inhabitants that we share this planet with. And it is my hope to hopefully introduce you to some cool animals you may not have heard of, and hopefully give you a wider appreciation of the fantastic species that surround us all, including Cheeky Maui and Cheeky Peter, who still have been causing so much trouble. And I can hear them downstairs. They're a bit grumpy right now because I forgot to give them their crunchies. So I'm going to head downstairs and give them their crunchies before I get into more trouble. I'll pop the link to the spider video down below for you guys to check that out. And if you're watching on replay, it'll show up right here because I'll pop it on the side. But anyways, friends, in Friday's video, well, I'm not going to give you any spoilers. I typically give you a spoiler. I'm not going to give you any spoilers. But I will say on a wider scale, keep an eye out for a continuation of the Why Though series, in which I ask my friends from around the world to send me in their animal questions, and I'll answer them in a quick fire, short and sweet video. But also, I will be able to be bringing you along with me to some amazing zoos around the UK and possibly wider, depending on how things go. Really excited to share with you guys a trip back home, possibly to California. So, yes, with that in mind, thank you so much for joining me on this evening. I wish you a happy rest of the week wherever you're at. Good luck with Hoppip Community Day coming up this weekend if you play Pokemon Go. And if you started playing Pokemon Arceus, I'm surprised if you're watching this because it's pained me to do this live stream and not play that game because I am loving it. Anyways, have a good rest of the evening, and I will see you in Friday's video if you're not checking out the spider video right here. All right, guys, have a good evening, and thanks so much. Bye.